Well, here we are backstage at Shaw TV in Kamloops, and one of my goals as a host of the program is to progressively talk to taller and taller people. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a page from the CBC, and we're going to look way up, and I'll call Kirk Bakey from Shaw TV. How are you, partner?
I'm very well, Dean. Good to see you.
Kirk, great to see you too. We're going to talk about Shaw and the access, and Together is Amazing, and the Race to a Million. But first, we should, in the spirit of non-disclosure, let you know Kirk and I used to work together at NL Broadcasting. Yeah. Back in the day, you were known as Kirk Fraser.
And I'm still under that assumed name every now and then, so just to confuse matters even further. And I remember that back in the day, it was Mike Pearson.
Like in the
Morning on the river. So, funny how life changes and aliases do as well.
Come full circle, and you go by the Fraser, I go by the Mike every once in a while. I tell all of my old friends, and you certainly qualify as old, but
thanks, man.
Still just fine. Thanks for welcoming us into your home. Shaw, we've started a great partnership with Shaw TV here in Kamloops, and I wanted an opportunity to share with our viewers the benefits of access television. Shaw, of course, coast to coast in Canada. Let's talk about that. What is access television?
Access television is a really easy way for people in the community to get their show or their idea on TV. So if somebody has, the bug to do their own production, whether they have a home computer or a real simple rudimentary editing process, we can take those shows, as long as they meet a minimum broadcast standard, we can put them on the air. Or if people have an idea, they have a great concept for a show or a segment or something like that, they can come to us, we can help them flesh it out, put it together, and build their idea into a show and eventually get it to a real broadcast standard that we can air on a regular basis on Shaw.
Yeah, and the word access is so appropriate. We're giving your audience an opportunity to be essentially the producers of the shows.
You guys like using the phrase open the kimono at Race to a Million. Well, that's kind of what we're doing here. We're opening our doors to people in the community who have shows or ideas, and we're giving them access to Channel 10 to develop those ideas, get them on the air, and let them tell their stories.
Well, fans of the Race to a Million know that we're based in Kamloops, but the same situation right across the country. Say we're watching in Kingston, and we've got that kind of access too there?
Absolutely. They all operate under the same idea. A lot of the most successful access programs actually come out of places like Vancouver and Calgary and Edmonton, so the bigger centers really have that ability to provide airtime to those groups. And the same goes here for Kamloops. We might not have as many as, say, the Vancouvers or the Calgarys, but those who do, like yourselves, really take the ball with it and run. Here's our idea, here's what we want to do, let's get it on the air and let's build it to a point where we're all happy with the end product. So all of the Shaw Places networks within the Greater Shaw family will certainly be able to take people in and help groom them to being a real good TV producer.
Great, so we've got somebody excited. You mean I can really get my show on Shaw in my local market? How does one go about beginning that process?
Well, for Kamloops, if people wanted to get a hold of us and start the process, all they have to do is give us a call. 376-8888 is our phone number, of course 250, and you can email Shaw TV Kamloops at sjrb.ca. Those are our two contact points, so if you have an idea, you want to talk about it, give us a call, give us an email, and then we'll go over that with you and get the ball started on whatever concept or a show. If you have a demo already, bring in a video, we'll have a look at it, we'll talk about it, and go from there. So for an initial contact, a phone call or email, and away we go.
You want to access a brand new audience? Shaw TV is the way to go. Now we're up here at Shaw TV to conclude a very successful nationwide program. As you can see here, it's To Get Her, I Sam a Zing. It's really quite... Is that right, Kirk? Did I get that?
Close enough, but phonetics you got to work on a little bit. Your syllables are off. Together is amazing is how it's supposed to go.
Okay, I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a programming problem. What is Together is Amazing?
What it is a community initiative on the part of Shaw as a company to help out people in our community who need some assistance. And in this last 6 weeks or so, we did an initiative where we raised food for the food bank. We went nationwide with the whole process. So we had boxes in grocery stores. We went out and collected on the part of individuals. We had trucks go out and things like that. So we just herded it all together and tried to put a little bit of food in the food bank in Kamloops and nationwide as well.
Well, it's such a big thing. You talk about the access programming, and Shaw, pun intended, knows where their bread is buttered. And so an opportunity for Shaw nationwide to get together to do some incredibly amazing things. And the mission accomplished. Amazing numbers from the objective, which just wrapped up November 15th.
November 15th was the final day, and Shaw, as a company, we targeted 1 million pounds of food for the food banks across Shaw's footprint.
That's a lofty goal.
We collected 1.9 million pounds in donations alone.
Wow.
Then Shaw and Campbell's also agreed to match to a maximum of 650,000 pounds for the program. So you add that in, it's about 2.6 million pounds of food. And the Shaw family was so impressed with the way the company did nationwide in raising food, they also donated $250,000 into the program as well. So it's been a win-win-win all the way around. We're very happy with the way it went.
Outstanding. You think about the community involvement in every way, shape, or form. I know Brad Shaw must be very proud of his team, and we're so proud to have this kind of organization working in our community. Together is amazing. Not the last time we're going to see this.
No, it's going to be around on an ongoing basis, different initiatives throughout the different portions of the year, but the food bank drive will be back at some point.
So, Kirk, let's talk a little bit about the Shaw Race to 1 Million Association. Of course, we know that access programming is available to everybody, but I'm really hoping you're going to say there was something a little special about the Race to 1 Million that kind of started our partnership. How did that look?
Well, access programming has really grown and changed a lot in the time that it has been around. A lot of people think of community television as those really poorly lit, sub-produced type of shows that really don't hold a lot of interest.
Right.
But what we really liked about Race to 1 Million is that there's a lot of energy there. It's very innovative in that it's a social reality show designed to help entrepreneurs grow their business, learn how to develop their ideas and turn them into profitable ventures. And the way you guys approach it in terms of the interviews and the material you talk about, the biz apps and things like that, charities as well, which is a big part of the whole Race to 1 Million as well. Put that all together, that covers a lot of ground, and to do that in half an hour is pretty impressive. So when we saw what it was you guys were trying to accomplish, we thought, you know what, this is a great way to kick off some of our access programming. You guys are the first ones to take advantage of it, and if you guys are setting the bar, you're setting it pretty high right now.
That's very kind of you to say. It's an experiment in every sense of the word, and for Peter and I, we don't know what we don't know, and we're really learning as we go along. We didn't know until after we started doing the show that we weren't supposed to be doing the show. We had some people say, hey, did you go to film school? No. Have you gone to director school? No. You're not supposed to be doing this. Well, we're doing it. And because we dove into it so enthusiastically right off the bat, we came to realize very quickly what we didn't know. And Shaw has been a huge benefit to us from the technical and creative perspective. And our goal is to get better every week. So how are we doing?
Well, from the very beginning, I think we're into episode 7 or 8 at this point. It's really come a long way since the opener. The first episode was very basic, very rough, and needed some polishing and sanding around the edges. And just in the last couple of weeks, it's really come a long way in the finished product, the technical polish that's on it. Looks a lot better, sounds a lot better, and has a really good flow to it and a good feel. So if people are thinking, oh, it's got to be this way right off the bat, no, it's not necessarily the case. If you got a great show, fine. But if you don't, we can take that idea, massage it a little bit, give you the feedback to make it really look as good as it possibly can. That's what we've done with you guys. You have taken the ball and run with it and used that feedback to turn it into a real good half hour.
Hey, well, thanks for all the support. We're always up to the challenge, we like to think, and I learned a long time ago I'm not young enough to know everything anymore. So when I have the opportunity to take your experience and the experience of Mike Wiley's of the world and others to share their insights, we certainly relish the opportunity to do so. So keep it coming. Don't pull any punches. We want to make this entertaining and fun for your audience as well as our audience, and engaging. And Shaw has gone a long way to helping us do that.
Well, to be perfectly honest, Shaw has standards and guidelines that they have to live up to as well, and we're not going to sit back and just let a program stagnate. We want to see them improve as we go as well. So that feedback is going to be coming for anybody who takes on an access program. So yeah, you betcha, we're going to be hard after you to make that show as as good as you guys can.
All right. And we were talking before we started shooting this segment, and I'm afraid we can't fire Peter. He's part of this, and we're stuck with him.